They say you're supposed to slow down after 60. Well, tonight I proved them wrong. 50 plus years ago, back in 1974, I saw ACDC for the very first time. I was just a kid, but tonight I'm heading back to the mosh pit. Well, to the stadium seats to see if they've still got it. But getting there, that was a whole other adventure. Welcome to Life with Lollie, and let's rock! Yeah! The plan was simple. Catch the train to the stadium, a little bit of dinner and some rock and roll. And then Perth, Western Australia happened. That's why it's called WA. Wait a while. Trains cancelled, freeway was blocked, my nice quiet plan gone. But here's the thing about loving life at this age. You don't panic, you pivot. I snapped straight into adventure mode. We ditched the plan and headed for the Crown in our car. The Crown Casino, that is. And honestly, it was exactly what we needed. We cruised up Canning Highway, blasting highway to hell, getting in the zone. We hit the Merriwell for dinner. This was in the Crown Casino, and you could feel the energy building. It wasn't just us. Everyone was buzzing. They were wearing their ACDC t-shirts and LED horns, and they were powering up. And then walking through the Crown Towers Hotel, marble floors, Christmas trees, it was stunning. A little bit of luxury before the loud noise. Then the pilgrimage, walking to Optus Stadium with thousands of others. You could feel the excitement in every step. Inside the gates, after a security scan down and tickets were checked, we were in. The stadium opened up, the sun was setting, and those giant ACDC letters were glowing on stage. It was finally happening. So first up was the Southern River Band. WA band, West Australia band. Absolutely brilliant, wild, energetic and rocky as rock can be, full of talent. A perfect start, but then things changed. Things changed. The second band, Amyl and The Sniffers, the name has drug connotations. I honestly don't even know where to start. It was the most vulgar, aggressive performances I have ever witnessed. And to be honest, I couldn't even look at them. I just kept looking at the crowd. They were shouting and swearing and behaviour that felt completely offensive to me, in my opinion. Look, I'm no prude. ACDC, they're hard rock and they are professionals. They have class, but this was absolutely disgusting. And I don't use that word lightly. For a crowd full of families and lifelong fans, it just felt wrong. But then 8:30 p.m, the lights dropped, the crowd roared, and the stadium pulsed red with thousands of glowing horns. People of all ages, 50s, 60s, 70s, rocking harder than their teens. This was the moment I waited 50 plus years for. Angus was absolute fire, unstoppable. Brian Johnson, powerful, iconic. Grant whispered to me that Brian struggled a bit at times. But you know what? To me, I heard nothing but magic. For a moment standing there in that modern stadium, I was 14 again. The music washed away the years. 50 plus years later, still here, still saying yes to life, still rocking. That's the secret, I think. Music, passion, just getting out there, even when the trains are cancelled, it keeps us young. So that was my night. A messy start with a perfect ending. Life over 60 isn't about winding down. It's about turning the volume up. It's about turning the volume up. I want to hear from you. Were you there? Or what's the one band that makes you feel like you're 14 again? Tell me in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. The same old, same old. Join me for adventures on life. And please watch my next video. And I think this button actually helps you to subscribe. Bye.